Good evening and welcome to tonight's Middletown School Board meeting. If we could ask Mr. Bertrand to please call the roll.
Certainly will. Mrs. Ramsey Hunter?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Mrs. Stewart?
Here.
Mrs. Shiver?
Here.
And our board president, Dr. Urso, is excused this evening.
Okay. We'd all stand now for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Tonight, we have, I guess we want our first business is a motion to approve the agenda. Is there a motion to approve, please?
So move.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Bertram?
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Stewart?
Yes.
And Mrs. Shiver?
Yes. Okay. And we don't have anybody for public participation, so we are going to look at the consent agenda next. And I don't know if there are any comments you want to make about the financial reports, or Mr.
Go ahead and
Bertram?
get a motion in a second.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I always forget that. Yes, we need a motion to approve or bring this to the floor. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you very much. Okay, now, Mr. Bertram, do you have any financial tidbits?
Yeah, what I will tell you about the financial report, because of the ESSER getting approved, I think it was June 28th, for us to be able to submit any expenditures that we had for that funding for the transportation facility, maintenance and transportation. I went ahead and moved the money back from the 070 fund that we moved it to, back to the general fund just for the transportation. So there was a substantial change in the reports from what we thought it would be, from what I had forecasted, tune of nearly $6 million. So we're in good shape there. I think that's the important piece. We also moved about $1 million for field turf and for student computers. Most of that money had been spent out prior to us closing the books. And the way the 070 fund is set up legally, I can't move out what wasn't spent. It's an all or nothing. So that money still stayed in the 070. It'll be spent out of the 070. But I will find ways to adjust the general fund through other PI allowable expenses in this next year to try to recapture that $1 million that was spent on those two items. So we'll be in good shape there.
Good, thank you very much. Okay, and also we have another contract with Butler County, and if you could explain exactly what this one covers, Mrs.
Sure.
Hauser.
So we have multiple contracts, excuse me, on the consent agenda this evening. So we have two from Butler County. The first one that you see for $108,370, that's really our itinerant services, like OT, PT, support services that Butler County provides to the district. The second contract you see is for preschool services for the upcoming year, 16 classrooms. And we have, to the tune, that's $3,553 and some change. And really that's to support the staffing for our preschool classrooms. Like I said, that's 16 classrooms. And then just to remind the board that the preschool classrooms will remain in the ELC building. This year, we still have some of them at Rosa Parks, and we have a classroom over at Verity Lodge. Next year, they will be moving over to our, well, we don't know what it's going to be called, but the old central building. Yes. So that was the second contract for Butler County. Hamilton County ESC, that's for, our nurses come from Hamilton County. We also receive additional therapist support from Hamilton County. Warren County, we have Warren County is our, once again, that's the Learning Center. You see many contracts throughout the year for different services for some of our students where we do not have the programs in-house. That's a $5 million contract, a little bit over 5.6. That's the Learning Center, additional speech services, additional OTPT, but really it's those services outside of Middletown for our students with special needs. Warren County, then we have another contract for, two other contracts for individual students that will be going to Warren County. So you see those contracts on our consent agenda this evening. And that's your Butler County ESC and your Warren County ESC and your Hamilton County ESC. So these are pretty routine contracts. Numbers change, years change, but these contracts have been on the board agenda in the past. We do it every year for them. Also, the Shakely Group, they help us with workman's comp. Mr. Bertram, Julian, and
Yeah,
what do they-
Julian Grube is the accountants that we hire each year to help us with the CAFR, which is that thick financial report, about 180 pages that we do each year to get good bond ratings when we need to go out for bond. They give us 3 different rates, 1 year, 2 year, and a 3 year. I've been doing 3 years until this one. I made the decision just to go with 2 years, assuming that I've got 1 or 2 years left. That will give the new treasurer the opportunity to decide what he or she wants to do at that point.
Okay. And then we have the personnel agenda, so I'm going to pause there because on our personnel agenda, we have our new communications director who's with us this evening, Maggie Birkin. She's coming to us from Lebanon High School. Maggie is an art teacher. Hey, she's been an art teacher for 14 years. She also coaches cross country and track at Lebanon. She spent the majority of her time at the high school level, but she's also done a communications internship. We were mighty impressed with Maggie's skills when she came and talked to us. Gosh, was it 2 weeks ago? She came all prepared with videos and quite the portfolio. So we're super excited to have Maggie join us as the new storyteller for Middletown. So Maggie, you just want to, this is Maggie Birkin. This is the board member, our board members.
Hi, thank you guys for having me here tonight. Like Debbie said, I'm coming from Lebanon, so my husband teaches at Lebanon. Him and I have taught together there for 11 years together at the high school. Our boys go to Lebanon and they play sports all the time, year round. I did a communications internship with Lebanon schools, so I got the opportunity to go in and see what students are doing on a daily basis and let the kids tell the story. So if the first graders are learning about how many mosquitoes a bat can eat in an hour, they're super excited, right? They're reading underneath the table by a flashlight in the dark. They're excited to tell the story. I enjoy going to classrooms and doing that. I enjoy working with athletics. So I had an opportunity to film from the USO. We had a service member and his wife get Super Bowl tickets, and they were surprised on the 50-yard line of a home football game. So I got to take that video and some photos of that event, and that has over 85,000 views through the NFL. So I look
That's really
forward
cool.
to sharing the authentic story of the students and staff and athletes and coaches and performing arts and fine arts, and I'm excited to get started. Thank you guys for having me here tonight.
So Maggie starts August 1st.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for,
Thank you.
thank you for trying Middletown.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
happy to
excited.
have you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maggie. And that's the end of the consent agenda.
Okay, all right.
Question, and a statement. On one of the contracts, I think it was 13 million with ESC, but on one of them, the dates were...
3 million, Butler County ESC.
I thought it was it 3 million?
Yeah, we don't have a 13,
Well, then it was the
30,
3.
okay.
Anyway, on one of them, the dates weren't changed because it still had
Oh, okay.
24, 25, so you might have
Oh,
to check all 3.
okay.
I don't know which one. And then
Good catch, Liz.
preschools will move into the old central the first of the year when they come back from break, or do we know yet? When
At
they'll
the
actually-
beginning of the school year, not calendar year. Next
Oh,
school
so
year.
they don't go in until the next school year?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Is we're still using Central Academy, the building Central Academy, that's our swing
So
space.
they won't go in until August?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah, we've worked with them. They've chosen the beginning of the school year.
okay. And
Yeah.
then is ESC, the 3 contracts dealt with preschools and kiddos with disabilities? Or was that just Warren County for the,
Warren County had students with disabilities.
Okay.
Butler County, that's all
All
preschool.
preschool, okay.
Correct.
thank you.
Any more questions? Okay. Mr. Bertram, I think we're ready.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Stewart,
Yes.
Mrs. Shiver,
Yes.
and Mrs. Ramsey Hunter.
Yes.
Our next item, under business and transportation, I believe. No, wait, I missed.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
right.
you're right there.
Okay. Did I miss the athletic agenda?
That was
part
in
of person-
consent.
Okay,
That's
that
in
was part of
consent.
that, okay. Business and transportation, Highview sixth grade center name change. Can you speak to that, Mrs. Hauser?
Sure. So we have a board policy that dictates how you go about changing the name of a building, and that involves a committee at Central Academy that Mr. Sipple oversaw, all representation and voice from different parties. They met, they went with Central Academy. So really, they've just dropped off the non-graded of Central Academy, because in the past, it was Central non-graded Academy. It's not non-graded anymore, right? So they went with Central Academy. So all balls have been put into motion when it comes to signage and transferring Highview to the Central Academy.
Are they all,
Central Academy on Highview.
On Highview, correct. In the address, yes.
are they moved in now?
They are really making some progress. I was there this morning. Yep, they are real. They have most of the classroom floors have been waxed. All the boxes are in, but some of the teachers have started to be able to unpack their boxes, but it's slowly but surely. But we have been assured that we are going to be ready and up and running at the beginning of the school year, and it's pretty exciting to
It
see
is.
that transition.
Fresh paint's going up. too,
Fresh
isn't it?
paint. They were painting today.
Will we still have some overflow preschools at Central if,
No, we're gonna overflow preschool. We'll go to Rosa Parks.
so no overflow at all at Central?
Okay.
And any other questions on that one?
Okay, we're ready to vote.
Mrs. Stewart,
Yes.
Mrs. Shiver,
Yes.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter,
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
Yes.
All right, that takes us down to the,
I'm sorry, who was the motion and who was the second? Did we do that?
yeah, we
I
did,
didn't log it.
didn't we?
I can't remember.
I don't think we did.
Oh, well,
not.
if I'm doing it, of course we didn't. Okay, well then, let's back up
So move.
in a second. Thank you.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, the next item is the Sodexo Food Service Amendment. And do we have a motion to bring that up?
Yeah. So moved.
In a second?
Second.
Okay. Who wants to speak to that one?
I'll
Mr.
be-
Bertram?
Randy's
be
going
happy
to,
to.
yep, talking about that
Okay.
Yes,
one.
this is an amendment. We do a 5-year contract with food service, but each year an amendment is done to change a few of the items within the agreement. And this year, the guarantee, the nice thing about Sodexo Food Service is they have a guarantee of profit that we'll earn each and every year. And it was set at $500,000 for this year. And also the administrative fees that they charge, I think that was $186,000. And what's nice about the guarantee is if, say they come in $100,000 short, they've only earned us $400,000, they'll give us up to $186,000 of that management fee back to us. So my example, $100,000 of that. They know what they're doing. They haven't had to do that yet in my 11 years here. But it's a great thing that they're able to bring in a profit and deliver, quality, and kids enjoy eating there. So good contract, good company. Any questions?
No? Okay, we're ready to vote, I think.
All right, Mrs. Shiver,
Yes.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Stewart.
Yes.
All right. The next item is committee reports, but I don't think we've had any committees
No.
meeting. I know we've got dates set for district leadership
We do.
team coming up for the next school year, but I don't know about any of the other committees, nothing?
Have you,
We should be getting some policies we're waiting on from the new biennium budget.
Okay.
And we'll set up a meeting as soon as those come in.
Okay, okay. All right. And Board of Education activity, that's policy IGBLA. Are we speaking to that?
We need to approve the 2 policies.
Okay, all right. Is there a motion we have to motion this too, right?
Yes.
A motion to bring this up?
Yeah, so
Todd?
moved. So moved.
Okay.
Second.
All right, thank you. All right, can you speak to this a little better, or Mrs. Hauser?
Okay, sure. So we have 2 policies on the board agenda this evening, 2 which are required. They're mandated policies. We've worked with Kenna, our representation, for board policies. The first one that you see is titled Promoting Parental Involvement. This comes directly from House Bill 86, where this was initiated, and it talks about the parents' right to know. And it's parents have permission and must give their permission for any kind of services provided to their child, and they have the right to know. And that comes down to they have the right to know what curriculum's taught in the classrooms. When it comes to health, they have the right to, if they disagree with something, the policy states what the process is and the procedure. It identifies timelines. This policy also talks about sexuality content. It talks about the policy, not K through 3, that no sexuality content's to be taught. It talks about developmentally appropriate content that's to be taught in 4 through high school. Parents have the right to know when that content's going to be taught. They also have the right to opt out, pull their child. Their child does not have to, if the parent does not agree, the parent can opt their child out. So that information is in this policy. Like I said, we worked with, and then I did mention, any kind of health services, we need to inform the parents. Okay. So, and that's what's in this policy. Worked with Kenna, and it's mandated. Second one is parent and family involvement in education. And that one pretty much spells out what the district's commitment to families and community on the different ways that communication and involvement can happen in the schoolhouse. Okay, it spells out, I'll read a couple of them. Promoting responsible parenting, supporting meaningful two-way communication between school and home. This is one that came straight from OSBA, and it's mandated, one of the new mandated ones. So,
That's
what
it for
questions
that.
do you have?
Anybody have questions on that? I think that, we have to repeat that these things, the people at Ohio School Board Association, they track what's required legally.
Correct.
So we are in alignment with what's legal in the state of Ohio and what we need to be doing. And sometimes they will offer us a little bit format, like differences in format that we can choose. As I remember, one policy was a paragraph, the other one was bullet points, that.
Conversion.
So it's
Yeah.
sort of like what we think maybe would be more appealing to the parents. So those are the choices we have, but the basics of the policy come from the state of Ohio.
Correct.
So, okay?
How are the teachers educated on the changes in the new policies? Like, that seems like it would be a little tough to manage if you're going to have a conversation about sex education or health. You've got to
So
send
thi-
something out in advance? or-
Well, this has been on the radar for a while, since it was initially proposed. So it's finally been voted in and approved. But it's really going to be professional development at the beginning of a school year. You know how we have those multiple days at the beginning of the school year? That's when it'll be addressed. But it's not going to be the first time they've heard it, because it's been on everyone's radar
Radar,
since it was proposed. Yeah.
And it's part of curriculum, too.
It is,
so,
yes.
Yeah, it gets touched many
Yeah.
directions.
Mhm. And it's pretty much spelled out in health classes when it comes to teaching sexuality. So, yeah. It's on their radar, but they'll hear the final at that professional development time at the beginning of the school year.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I think we're ready.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Mrs. Stewart,
Yes.
Mrs. Shiver.
Yes. Okay, that brings us to board reports.
Well,
No?
Second.
Yeah, we've got the second policy.
Oh, okay, we have to do them both separately? Okay,
Well, I could have done them as a block, but
okay.
I didn't, so
All
we have
right.
to do it separately.
All right. So we do have to motion that one?
Yes.
All right, we need a motion about the second policy, the parent and family involvement in education.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Stewart?
Yes.
Mrs. Schreiber?
Yes.
And Mrs. Ramsey Hunt.
Yes.
Okay.
Board reports.
Finally, we have board reports. Does anyone have anything that they've seen or heard or done or listened to that they would like to talk about?
No.
They're all going to miss, they're going to miss Mr. Urso's sports things because I don't do that.
No sports brief. Well, summer, he probably wouldn't have had much to.
Well, he always comes up with something. Anything?
Just wanted to say that Dan's always done a great job for the district in his time being here. And he was known for his socks, those
Yes,
socks.
right.
He always had interesting socks. So
Got to
that's-
get some
but,
socks.
yeah,
We
so-
are some kind of interesting, I'm
but-
sure an art teacher.
Interesting socks.
No, but just wanted to say thanks to Dan for all of his hard work and also welcome our new communications director.
yes.
So lots of good stories to tell in the district and look forward to seeing that good work. So welcome to Middletown.
Anything for you?
Yep, welcome to Middletown. Thank you for joining the team, and that's all I got.
Yeah. Again, thank you. We have been telling our story well for the last few years, and so I hope we can continue that. The kids love it. Parents love it. So we're counting on you. Thank you very much. Okay?
Yeah, bring up a few things that are happening in Columbus. As you know, the governor set a record on 68 line item vetoes out of the
Yeah.
biennium budget. And everyone we needed him to do, he did in public education's favor, so that's the good news. Today, however, the House voted to send one to the Senate. Senate has to get 60% vote. 21 of 38 senators have to vote for it, which is exactly the number that voted for the budget bill, so I have a feeling that'll happen. But out of the three that they were considering, they've only sent one of the items back so far, and it has to do with levies, which is a very important piece. It's a shame if that goes by the wayside. It takes a very important tool away from school districts to be able to raise money when we need to raise money. There are other options, alternatives, but that is a big hit. The other two, I think, would have been worse, though, but they have till December 31st to try to reverse those vetoes. So doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet on the other two that they're looking at, or any others that they'd want to add to it. But we're making a lot of noise to our senators and to our Congress folks, so we're hoping it made a difference, and maybe it did on the other two. And then as far as what's happening with our grant funding coming from the U.S. Department of Education, there's been a hold on 3 grants, Title II, Title III, and Title IV, and 4A for us. And I will tell you that we're in action trying to figure out how we're going to manage that. We didn't find out about those until July 2nd. They originally came out with 50% funding for those grants, an initial grant amount. But I will tell you that I did read a note today on Title 6B, which has to do with after-school grants. It's not one of the ones that we have, but other districts throughout the country has it. They've decided to pull back on that and allow that. So I feel things will move in the right direction. There's lawsuits out already against Title II, III, and IV, them holding those funds. So I'm going to be cautiously optimistic, working with the team to figure out how we're going to navigate through this. But I will say one of the things that did happen that's in our favor, our grants usually end June 30th. Our FY25 ended June 30th. They've allowed us to open the window on that until the end of December. Any monies left over, which is usually considered carryover funds for the next year, we have a lot of carryover, would-be carryover funds that we can go ahead and get the first semester going with those funds. So we're in good shape to maintain the grants that we have that we pretty much already planned on. So that's about $700,000 worth of funding right there out of the 1.7 that I was worried about. So we're down to about $1 million that I'm still worrying about, but we're cautiously looking for ways to navigate through that, through other budget reductions, low-hanging fruit and so forth. So I'll keep you posted as those move forward.
So just updates. Mr. Bertram mentioned the transportation facility. We are on schedule. Things are going well out there. Same thing at the new Central Academy. Everything's on point to open at the beginning of the school year. The new turf, all set to go. Kids are down at Barnett Stadium. So, we had quite a bit going on this summer. We still have quite a bit with all the teachers moving in-house, but everything is starting. Really, we have less than a month, and school starts back up. Right, we're still sort of right in the middle of quiet time during the summer. Wanted to give a big shout out to, we have 11 of our high school, we have some district staff and high school staff that were invited to attend a conference in Rhode Island for high school redesign. So they took off early this morning and headed up to Rhode Island for more really hands-on, practical, authentic experience with the high school redesign and how they're doing experiential learning in Rhode Island. So hats off to them. They're giving up their time to go up there over this summer. It's their commitment to the high school redesign process. So, but yeah, we're right on track for 25-26 school year.
Okay, thank you. I guess that concludes our meeting for tonight.
Motion in a second to adjourn.
Okay, here we go. Motion to
So move.
second?
Second.
Thank you very much.
All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you. There we go.